and we have sound, and moving to the podcast camera, and oh, there we go. Hi, everybody.
Gracefully done.
Yes, thank you. Hi, welcome to the Futon Alliance FutonCast 2.0, because it sounds fancy. I am your host, TFA Bro Sidon. With me today, I got Jojopetv.
What's up, guys?
Robby Shuttleworth.
Hello, hello.
And Dean Wright.
Hey guys, how y'all doing?
All of them have Twitters above or below their cameras, except for Dean, because he doesn't use Twitter for whatever reason.
I'm in Delaware, apparently.
Yes, Jojo says Dean's in Delaware.
Hi, I'm in Delaware.
I don't know. It could be true. You don't know. I mean, you should know, but you don't.
I generally don't know where I am.
I know where you are, Dean.
So, lots of good stuff this week. Well, not lots, but good stuff this week. PAX happened this last weekend, even though it, goes to Monday, so week. I don't know what you want to call it.
It's a long weekend.
It was a very long weekend, and I don't know. So I'm gonna kick it off to Jojo, who's gonna bring up whatever we're gonna talk about first, and we're gonna have a good time today, guys.
All right, well, the first thing I really want to talk about is today Activision had their first official Call of Duty from the new developer come out on iOS.
Yes.
So they had a release and everybody was excited, like, oh my god, Call of Duty, that's not the stupid zombies. We want to play real Call of Duty. Everybody jumped and they were like, it was like, download, live stream. And I was like, this is pretty cool. And I was like, and then people were like, hey, where's the multiplayer? I was like, oh, let me go check. There's no multiplayer. How
do you do Call of Duty?
How do you make a Call of Duty game that's not Call of Duty Zombies and not put multiplayer in it? It's a really cool game in and of itself, but when you put Call of Duty on any game, they're gonna expect multiplayer, and even the zombies games has multiplayer built into it to where you can have other people help you kill zombies. But there was none of that in this, so it's just like, what were y'all thinking launching this game? And it was a cool game again, but what do y'all think about that?
One, I'm not really a proponent for touch-based shooting. That's not my thing. Yeah. I need a controller or a mouse, preferably a mouse, but I think it's cool that they're trying to reach a wider audience, and, Activision, Call of Duty, anyone will buy anything with the name Call of Duty on it. Literally, I mean, it's just like, if you're a fan of Call of Duty, here's a game that's just like the rest of them, but now on your phone or tablet, so you can take it with you everywhere. So, it's, but Call of Duty has a bad history with mobile platforms, such as they had a PS Vita game that was really, really bad, and I think they had a PSP game that was also really, really bad. So I don't know. The fact that they don't have multiplayer confuses me. The fact that they didn't add what built that brand confuses me. And it's just like, the zombies was a big deal for a lot of people, yeah, whatever, but what really built Call of Duty was the fact that you get online and you shoot your friends. But you can't do that.
I was always surprised when I talked to a Call of Duty player, and they talked to me about the single player. Because, in my head, no one that bought that game actually played the single player ever. And, I did, because I actually liked the story of Call of Duty games, so I'd actually probably be okay with that. The I like the Makarov thing. It worked out for me. But I definitely see what you're saying about it. But I guess multiplayer gaming on a phone or tablet has always been really difficult, because it's just so spotty all the time and difficult to maneuver, I guess.
Well, yeah.
I've only played an online shooter once on the phone. It was like a tech demo, and it went okay, but I couldn't see myself playing it to the degree I would play Call of Duty Modern Warfare online at all. I mean, I think if you're gonna play multiplayer Call of Duty, you're gonna do it on your console. There's no point in having it on your phone also.
Well, sorry, go ahead, Robby.
Oh no, I'm just.
I don't hear what you had to say about it.
I'm not really huge on Call of Duty. I've played a couple of them, but it's always been console based. It hasn't ever been a mobile base. It's weird that they wouldn't include that multiplayer because, like Cullen, like everyone else is saying, it's what kind of built thing. Let's play Call of Duty. Let's play with friends. I personally wouldn't mind it as far as mobile gaming goes, because if you're on your phone, you're not going to be actively trying to play with someone else. You can kind of just focus on your own game. It is strange, but it's not a deal breaker with me. So.
Well, I mean, you're not hyper competitive either, so.
No, of course no. I suck at games like that.
No, but like mobile games to me are just things that you play like waiting for the bus or going in the subway. Neither of which really lend itself to being able to play multiplayer at all. Like, I can't call someone a faggot on the subway.
That's a lot of people say that, but when you look at numbers like the Minecraft sold over 10 million copies.
Yeah, that was just recent.
Before PC. No, it did it before PC or Xbox version.
That's weird.
Most people don't know that, and it's because mobile's growing more and more and more all the time. Where the consoles are going just a little bit more, and PC just a little bit more, but mobile's just blowing up. And
well, David, how many people of those people play Minecraft online all the time? Like, I very rarely play Minecraft online when I'm playing it. It's usually in single player. But
actually a lot, because they just had Realms come out, which is their online server stuff, and a lot of people they actually have already, there's somebody went and did an open source version of Realms, which is the servers, and they open sourced it because there's only maybe 500 servers available for Mojang because it's in alpha. So there are a lot of people that are willing to play and want to play and are willing to throw money at their servers for it. So also on the same topic, the playing first-person shooter multiplayer, there's a developer. It doesn't sound like y'all know about mobile too much, but Gameloft. Have you ever heard of them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
All they do is they make IPs or popular IPs in their own kind of image, and they do it on mobile. And their version, which is Modern Combat 3 and Modern Combat 4, sold tons and tons of copies, and they do it very well, where the multiplayer online works very well and is fluid. And so I can't imagine. This is why I have a problem with it, because if this no-name company that basically is ripping off, in the nicest way to say it, they do a really good job, but they're ripping off Call of Duty with Modern Combat. Why would Activision not make multiplayer at their first attempt? I mean, not only did they change up the gameplay, they're like, hey, let's do first-person shooter, and part of the game is you run around and it turns into an XCOM sort of real-time strategy sort of over-the-head thing, and that was cool. It changed up the gameplay, but when you don't put the core gameplay that your people want when they see Call of Duty, I don't see the point in even making a game. And not that it's hey, I wouldn't play that necessarily on mobile. There are tons of people that would play it on mobile, even if you wouldn't. But that just, it blows my mind. And I literally took 5 seconds during the live stream and went, "Are you freaking serious? Is this happening right now? Is this real life?
You're being punked."
Yeah, it felt like it, and there were 40 people watching my stream. They were like, "What?" All at the same time. It was like that part of Star Wars where I just felt a thousand screams simultaneously, And it was all the COD fanboys that were like, "I wanted to play multiplayer on my iPad, mommy,"
God.
So. That's what it was like for me, though, and then that's what it's like for a lot of people. Because I was looking forward to that, because my channel, I do a lot of mobile stuff, including
that's your thing.
Minecraft Pocket Edition, and that would have been awesome to be able to do COD, multiplayer, but nope. So I was really excited, but that's my little news for the day, a little topic, very small one.
Staying with the topic. How are the controls? Because that's always my big thing with touch-based games. How are the controls?
Well, the controls they're like like Modern Combat, almost exactly. Modern Combat 4, almost to the T. And it works, it works really well. And at first, like when you first, get on a tablet or an iPhone or iPod Touch and you're playing around with it, you're like, this isn't going to work. And then you get used to it and you're like, oh, this is awesome. Because I'm playing COD or I'm playing an FPS in my hands and I don't have to be attached to a TV and all that stuff. And actually, a lot of the games, they have AirPlay, so they push out to your TV if you have the connector for it.
Ooh.
So,
that's cool.
even if you don't have an Xbox 360, which a lot of these kids are like, I don't have the money for this, but I can go buy an iPod Touch. They can have a $7 COD. That's where the draw of the mobile is really awesome. And also, on the Android side of it, I know we're talking about iOS, or I'm talking about iOS mostly. Android, almost every game now, you can attach a Bluetooth controller to.
Yes.
So it's PS3 controller, whatever. iOS, I heard they are coming out with, and it's been rumored for years, but supposedly this is the year, in the next few weeks, they're going to have an actual gamepad that attaches officially with iOS devices. So if that happens,
I know SteelSeries has a controller specifically made for mobile gaming. Like, they actually went out and made a tiny controller just for cell phone games, which I find wacky.
Yeah.
But it's a huge market.
This thing right here,
yeah.
People laughed at me when I bought it.
I didn't laugh. I wouldn't laugh.
And I didn't buy it for the reason that most, like, they market it for the PC streaming.
Yeah.
And this is an awesome, like, Android tablet that the game's attached to, and I can play the controller with the games automatically and not have to worry about syncing it or anything like that or interference because it's directly, like, linked up. So I love that. And ever since I got that, I don't want to touch my iPad at all, even though this is a 5-inch screen.
Yeah.
Because I have an HDMI cord that hooks up to my TV, and I just push out, and it'll do 4K whenever they do 4K stuff. So I'm in.
It's
gotta get a 4K TV.
The Shield is cool. I don't see why anyone would laugh at that. It's a cool idea. I haven't been able to play with one yet. I'm hoping to soon. But
well, if I was there, I'd let you play with my Shield.
I know, but you in the middle of the country, not here. Hey, I don't care.
Sorry.
It's getting pretty gay in here.
That's because you're here, Dean.
Same.
Unfortunately,
We're
straight.
just happy for games.
Yes.
Happy for games.
See, Robby and Dean don't know my humor. I'm sorry.
It's fine.
Oh no!
Like, oh my!
I laugh.
I'm insulted personally.
No, but mobile games are becoming a huge thing because you just have a cell phone with you always. So it's like, and even like, my mom, I won't say she's not a gamer because when I was born, she had a Nintendo purposely because she was pregnant and couldn't leave the house. She had an NES. I was born with an NES in my house, and I was playing Duck Hunt at 2. And I think there might be a video somewhere of me screaming at the dog, laughing at me.
I want to see that.
I want to too. I don't know if it still exists. We have 1 billion VHSs, and I don't think we have a VCR anymore. But I see 80-year-old women playing Angry Birds. It's because it's just like a really accessible market because everybody has a smartphone now because you have to have a phone with a data plan if you get a new phone. And so it's like, well, might as well get the fancy one. So a lot of companies are going into it. I know there's a new MOBA coming out for like Android devices. That's like really quick. It's like 10-minute games, super quick. So it's not like League of Legends where it's 45 minutes or Dota where it's 30. I know I play a bunch of RTS style games on my phone. That's what I do. And what are they called? Game Maker Stories, Hot Spring Stories, those stupid little like business simulation things where you're like, all right, I'll put down, or Ninja Town Story, Game Dev Story,
like Clash Clans and stuff like that. You mean simulation games?
No, they're from the Korean company like Kaijo. and like they're literally the highest selling games on mobile besides like Angry Birds, and they're ridiculously fun, and I waste so much time and battery playing them. And it's like you don't really do anything. You just see these little chibi anime-ish looking dudes walk around and do things. Like the ninja one, you watch them go kill each other. It's like you don't really do anything, but it's kind of entertaining for some weird reason. But I don't know, mobile games.
Life in your hand.
I mean, like for me, mobile gaming is where did it go? I don't know where my 3DS went. It's usually sitting by my bed. It's my bedtime thing. Like I play Luigi's Mansion or something before I go to sleep. Yep. Mine's cooler because it's purple. I just don't know where it is.
Mine's teal.
I don't have one.
You should get one. Because you won't be able to play Pokemon unless you get a 2DS or a 3DS.
The 2DS.
Yeah! Is that purple?
Purple, yep.
Jojo's my
Is
bro.
one of us talking about
Purple
the
in the
2DS?
hose?
We should talk about the 2DS.
What?
Are any of us going to talk about the 2DS? Because we should talk about the 2DS.
We did last
We
week.
talked about it last time.
No,
That's when it was relevant. No, Mark. F your not
No,
purple
Mark.
3DS.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna eat an M&M.
Delicious. No, but yeah. 2DS it's a cool concept. I don't know how it's gonna work out, cause but keeping those kitties' eyes from not dying at below 7 years old.
Right.
Like that's my favorite part of the 3DS, but is the 3D. Ironically, a lot of people hate it, but I think it's cool. Stereoscopic 3D.
It's nice when you can tell the difference. Like in Animal Crossing, it was actually cool.
Yeah, I have Tales of the Abyss as well, because if anyone's ever played a Tales game, I know Robby has at my house. You played Tales of Symphonia.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Way back in the day. But
way back in the day.
But it just adds depth to the game. It doesn't have to be all like 3D-ish. It's just like that little extra bit of depth is really cool. I haven't played Animal Crossing yet because I know it's one of those things I'll start and I won't be able to stop, and I have to keep appointments with fake people that I'm like,
I
wait,
just started playing it.
like we would be mid-podcast and I'd have to go, hold on, guys. I gotta go meet this dog. 1 second. And I'd have to pull out the 3DS to do that. But, no, mobile gaming. It's getting bigger and bigger, and Nintendo is still kind of king of the mobile consoles.
See, now that you brought up Animal Crossing, I have to turn mine on and see if I have to go meet someone.
Are you serious? No, put it down. Put it down.
I'm kidding. No, I just started playing it, and I'm just like, I'm literally hooked on this stupid game.
Oh god.
Yes.
No, I'm avoiding it.
Stacy can vouch for me.
I'm avoiding it. It's so bad. Like, it's good, but it's so bad.
I avoided it for a long time, and I'm just like, I had extra money. I didn't want to wait to, because I barely had a lot of 3DS games. I'm like, let's just go buy this, and I can't stop playing it.
Just go get Luigi's Mansion and play that.
Okay, well, I'll get that, and then I'll get Pokemon.
Okay. Well, Pokemon's not till October, so...
I know, but I have enough game to play until October.
That's true. I am actually saving money for Pokemon right now. I'll pre-order it because I'm a sucker and I do pre-orders sometimes. But all right, Robby, what are you gonna bring to the table? What do you want to talk about this week?
I'm gonna bring more gaming fun with a Kickstarter, which I know Mark is going to want to probably say something about this, but it's called Mighty Number 9. It's from a lot of the team that did the Mega Man games, including like the head of Capcom, older Capcom R&D. It blew up on Kickstarter. It fully funded its goal within, I think, a day, 2 or 3 days. I'm not sure because it's still climbing.
Got 25 days left.
Yeah, it's got 25 days left. It's got over $1 million already pledged. And it's still climbing as far as how much money they've reached.
Yeah, they're at 1.6 million right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna post a link so so the chat can see. But I'm a fan of the Mega Man games. I know we played Retro Rehab, one of the Mega Man games.
Yeah, 10 or no, X, not 10. I instantly went Roman numerals for some reason.
And it looks super interesting. It's It's just different enough to not look like Mega Man, but it's got the same sort of aspects. Concept art looks good. I haven't contributed yet, but I am going to contribute just because the more I hear about it, the more I'm more interested in it. And it's just something that I found super interesting because everyone needs a little bit more Mega Man in their life, is what I think, especially with how much Capcom has kind of thrown into the side as of late.
I mean, I have not pledged much money to a Kickstarter. I've done a couple, but like, they always make me nervous because there is this one's gonna pass, obviously, but like the even more like really deep indie ones, like the little tiny guy who just wants to make a game, and some of them sound really cool, and then they fail, and then you're like, well, crap. I get my money back, but that money was gone for a while. It's a little annoying. I kind of like Indiegogo for that reason, but because it's like you get the money no matter what, and then they can start it at least, and then do another one, and maybe even get to beta phase or something where you can play it and go, here, if you like it, please send money. I mean, like, one game I did back, which was the Double Fine point-and-click adventure that was the most money raised. It used to have the record for most money raised. That's now called Broken Age. They had to do a second Kickstarter because they used up all their money.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah, and then, but it's a cool concept. It's going to be a real a new point-and-click. Like I like the Walking Dead games, but they don't feel like that old school point-and-click. Because they got all those little tiny QuickTime events that aren't just the mouse, it's keys. So I'm like really like invested in Broken Age right now, and I'm hoping it comes out in the next year. But they got like they're bringing back a lot of the voice cast members from their other games. So they got Jack Black coming in to do it, and a few other names that I am having trouble remembering. Broken
Shaquille O'Neal.
Age.
Yes, bring in the Shaq.
Cast. Jack Black is headlining, and there was another person. Is everyone just talking about Jack Black? Richard Hovitz, Nick Jameson, Jennifer Hale, who's a name. I don't remember what she's done, but she is a name.
She sounds familiar.
I'm going to look her up now. And then she does a lot of video games. A lot. She's in Mass Effect. She's in Old Republic. She does voices for regular show. She was in Last of Us as just random people. She's in Injustice. She does a lot of video games. That's really what she does.
Okay.
And she was in that Cartoon Network show Generator Rex.
I've never heard of that.
It was on for like a year or two. And she's in Halo 4 as Sarah Palmer. She's the female Spartan you talked to.
Wow.
Yeah.
There we go.
There we go. There's a name. That's why I know it. Halo of all things. But Shaq Fu. Thank you, Lightning Jolt.
So how pissed off do you think Capcom is about this happening? Well, like their guy going off and making a better game than he did.
I have a response on that actually.
Oh.
Apparently, they donated money to it.
Oh.
That's funny. That's awesome. Good for them.
That's awesome, yeah.
But I'm double checking the fact on that.
Well,
it's kind of like when it's kind of like when those guys left Blizzard to make a Torchlight.
Torchlight, yeah. They didn't leave Blizzard. They got kicked out of Blizzard.
That's true.
Well, they didn't get kicked out. What happened was they were sinking too much money into the other Blizzard company, Blizzard North, when they were making Diablo 3, and they didn't make anything worth putting out because they were doing old tech. And Diablo 3, they were like, well, we need to make it look like it's part of this new generation of games, not... It looked like World of Warcraft when Vanilla WoW came out, like Beta WoW. So it's just like... They closed down Blizzard North because they sank all this money into it and it wasn't producing results, but the guys are still talented, so they went off and did Torchlight, which is a great game.
Yeah. And so I feel like this is the Capcom equivalent of that. Only they're being way cooler than Blizzard is about it.
But I'm trying to think.
There was reasons for Blizzard's rage on that one because they did steal some tools that were developed with Blizzard and Blizzard's copyright in them that they put into the game. So that was a bad deal for the guys who made Torchlight. That was a bad move, guys. Yes, Diablo was so successful. Well, I mean, the Diablo expansion was announced, and I've watched that cinematic like 3 times.
I'm excited. Like I'm sure that it's gonna Lord of Destruction be the equivalent of like, all right, now this game is really good.
Now this game is playable.
Good, and Lord of Destruction made it awesome.
I mean, 3 was meh, and then you play through it like once, and then you're like, all right, I got my fill. The cinematics are awesome. The story's okay. It's not the best Blizzard story. It's not the best Blizzard. It was the worst Blizzard story, which makes it a lot better than a lot of games.
I wouldn't even say that. It was a bad story.
It was better than some.
I think of I don't know about JoJo, but of the 3 of us, I played the most Diablo 3 by far, and I got really tired of it. But I'm excited for the next one, so it'll be cool.
Yeah.
But that's completely not what we're talking about, because we're not talking about Capcom or Mega Man right now.
No. We got on a tangent. So yeah, but Capcom's backing it.
Yeah, I can't back up the statement that Capcom donated anything, but I read an article that said it. I don't want to say like.
So don't quote you on it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
So
I don't know.
Capcom
I'm still
could
certain.
be bastards.
Yeah, don't quote me on it.
So everyone quote Robbie on it.
See, in my head,
No, don't
Capcom
quote
is
me
the
on it.
bastards. In my head, Capcom is a douche company, so I'm just going to assume that they didn't.
I mean, yeah, I have my problems with Capcom.
Okay, so yeah, so don't quote me on it.
Canceling the last Mega Man.
The last good game they made was Resident Evil 4. That was the last. That was the only good game they made since like 1990, in my opinion.
Resident Evil 5 was only good if you had another person and if you were slightly racist. I don't know. I mean, I like people going off and doing their own thing because a lot of good things come out of it.
Yeah.
It's just like right now, a bunch of people, I think it was today, this got released, that a bunch of people got released from the BioShock Infinite team. Like 8 or 9 people from I don't know, I think it's only a 30-person team were let go today. And they're like, it's not going to hinder DLC at all, but like, I wonder what they're going to go and do, because they could go and do something really, really cool. Possibly.
Or they'll just not do anything.
Or they'll just go to, like, Squeenix or one of the other companies.
PopCap.
PopCap. We're going to go work for Zynga.
Actually, PopCap is ridiculously cool, but that's a book that not a lot of people share.
I think they're meh. EA cutting more from BioWare, it's already a husk of what it was. That's true. BioWare is getting slimmer and slimmer by the day.
I started playing Dragon Age Origins, though, and it's very fun.
Throwback. The game's like 4 years old now, I think.
Remember that game from 5 years ago? It's still good, you guys.
It really is, and it's got a good story. I'm a big story guy. That's my big thing. We'll get into that later.
Here you are.
Dean, what do you got for us on this whole?
Actually, I have something that isn't video game related at all. But
Yes.
It's a cool thing, and I think a nice issue to bring up, as I think we've talked about before. First of all, completely unrelated to anything, but okay, never mind. Let's not talk about that.
Go.
So Amazon just released or just announced the thing they're going to start doing in October called Kindle Matchbook, which is an awesome idea. Yes. So what it is basically, if you ever bought a physical copy of a book from Amazon ever, you can buy the ebook version for either free or a really reduced price. So if you've ever bought anything on Amazon, you can go and get the ebook version for your Kindle, which I think is an awesome idea. Because I think it brings up the issue of the fact that when you buy something, are you buying every iteration of it ever, or are you just getting that one thing? Right? Crazy.
Now, my question is, does it have the e-paper? Do you know? Because I can't read on an iPad and stuff like that.
This isn't a new Kindle. It's a Kindle service.
Oh.
So if you bought say you wanted to get the actual physical book of something,
okay,
but then later found out, fuck, I wish I'd gotten the ebook version of this instead, or as well as, you can now get the ebook version of a physical version you bought for cheaper or free.
Wow.
So if I were to go to Amazon and buy a copy of The Road and then have it sent to me, I can then get the ebook version of it for reduced price or even free, depending on which book it is.
It's awesome.
So I think that's really cool. But because I have mixed feelings about things like, well, if I buy this thing, I should own it outright, and I've done this before. I've bought a book and then found myself being able to not read it very well, and then I end up just going and pirating the ebook or the audiobook. I've done that a few times. And then there's things like if I physically own a Super Nintendo game, huh?
Wait.
Oh.
What's
Anyway,
up?
so if
Anyone? Volume?
Yeah, I can hear
hello,
you.
hi.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Way to fuck up my rant. No, okay, so if I own a Super Nintendo game, I actually own the.
I couldn't hear.
Damn. So, I own a physical cartridge of a Super Nintendo game. I will download the ROM and not feel bad about it because I bought it back in the day for an actual Super Nintendo. That's my reasoning for it. So I feel like Amazon is just making that an easier decision for people with books. And that's why I take on that. Thoughts, anybody?
Think that's pretty cool.
I don't have a Kindle.
Yeah, I also don't buy books off Amazon, so it doesn't apply to me anyway. But I think it's just a really cool idea that they're utilizing.
No, that is cool, and it actually would make me want to buy a Kindle more, I suppose.
Yeah, because I like reading a physical book much more than I like reading an ebook. But there are times when it's just it's easier to have an ebook. Like Dance of Dragons is a fucking huge book. I can't just put in my pocket. So it's nice to have the book when I'm home. Then if I'm off traveling somewhere, and have the ebook also would be really sweet. I'm not having to buy both of them because ebooks are sometimes more expensive than the actual book itself.
Well, I actually I can't. See, I have to have one of the older Kindles. I can't have the Kindle Fire because I need the e-paper because I can't read off a screen like that. It has to be ink and paper because I can't. Yeah. It hurts my eyes over time with the glare from the screen. That's why I wear glasses, kids.
I feel like there still are e-ink Kindles out there. I feel like
they are. You can still get them, and I think Amazon still sells them. It's just, and I know a lot of people are the same way I am about it. Especially when they read on their iPads. Reading a lot of text on an iPad can sometimes be a real big pain.
Do it either.
Yeah.
Even computer screens, I just after a while it's my eyes are just going to explode.
I don't like exploding eyeballs, so.
No.
So
no,
I
but I think it's a good idea. I mean, I do buy a lot of books. I know a few people, my friends, who buy a lot of books. So the fact that they have this ability to actually get the ebook copy also at the reduced or free price is a good idea because it might stimulate people to buy hard copy books instead of going e-copy.
See, this makes me actually want to.
I think I'd.
Sorry. Go on.
No, go ahead.
See, this makes me actually want to go and buy a Kindle and start buying things. Because first of all, I hate giving money to Barnes & Noble and Borders because I think they're awful.
Well, so Borders is dead, so.
It's not entirely dead. I think.
No, it's dead. They closed. Yeah.
That's sad. But anyway, I think it makes me want to start buying things from Amazon for books. I mean, considering that's what they're originally for anyway. But I can imagine
I have my Kindle.
Oh. You have a Kindle.
Go, Dean.
No. Your Kindle looks broken.
No.
The Kindle looks broken.
Because can you imagine? Oh, okay, it's really fast and looked like it was one of the broken LCD backgrounds. But can you imagine if you were that guy that's been buying Amazon books since the beginning? You have all this treasure trove of ebooks at your fingertips now.
Oh, that's true. I have quite a few then.
Wow, that's actually a decent idea.
Yeah, right. I'm sure at some point I've bought something off Amazon books. I had to have.
I think most of mine are textbooks now that I think about it. I don't think I'd want that. That'd be lame. No.
Yeah,
but
I just like the idea of owning both a physical and digital copy to be an inherent right of buying something.
I think buying a game on one platform should just give it to you across the board from the developer.
Yeah. Yeah,
and, attached to your login or whatever.
Remember when like the iPad first came out and people would get really pissed off that all their apps, that like they're scared that to rebuy all the apps with the iPad.
Yeah.
And sometimes you do still. Like I think like if there's some games, I think like Plants vs Zombies, like you have to get a separate version for the iPad.
Yes, you do.
The iPad. It's ridiculous.
Because it won't play the phone version. It has to have the Plants vs Zombie HD version or whatever they call it, I think. Or it used to. I don't know if they've changed that over the years. But
They changed it, yeah.
Yeah.
They changed it a long time ago.
But I do remember that being a problem.
I feel like if you get something, you should own it in every way possible. I guess it's a really greedy and probably not at all correct way of feeling, but I feel like that's
not at all.
Yeah.
If I pay $60 for a game on Xbox 360, then I should be able to play it on my Xbox One when that comes out.
For like
Or
a digital
on my PS3
download or
if
something.
I want to go play with my friends. Like a problem I have right now, I went up to GameStop the other day to get Rayman Legends.
Yeah.
And they were sold out on the Wii U. I was like, well, frack. I just got $50 and went and got it on Steam, and now I can't play that extra level. And, you know, I would love to play on a 360 and the Wii U and on the PC, but,
Yeah.
you know, I'm kind of bones, you know?
I mean, one trend that I've definitely noticed over the years is that gamers get cheaper and cheaper with things. But it's also the trend that the gaming industry also has, because I don't know if anyone remembers this, and I have seen it. Like, I had an old newspaper ad in a box with all my old like Super Nintendo manuals, which I have all of them, and I'm proud to say I have all of them. There's a newspaper ad. Games used to cost almost $80 for a cartridge. Earthbound was almost $100 when it came out.
I've seen exactly what you're talking about.
So it's just like, this is, you know, we pay a lot less than we used to, people. Surprise,
No, we pay a
surprise.
lot less than our parents used to.
Well, yes. Actually, no. Actually, a lot of the games were, like, were from birthday money and stuff like that. So it was technically my money, but I had to spend it on the games. There was very few times that I got free games from parents. And I'm proud to say I have quite the collection of N64 and Super Nintendo. But I'm missing a few. Like, we have a lovely shop in LA called Game Dude that me and Mark go to. Me and Mark go there every once in a while. And he got the game. I don't think it was Secret of Mana. I think he got The Legend of Zelda, the Super Nintendo version. And I was so pissed. I was like, I'm going to buy that. And then he grabbed it. I was like, son of a bitch.
Nope, you're not.
I have that.
What, Secret of Mana or The Legend of Zelda?
Secret of Mana.
Yeah, that's not what I'm talking about. I could get Secret of Mana on the eShop when my Wii U gets here, which I actually might do. And it's 3 players.
And there's also one for the iPhone as well. It's like special, but like they have new graphics than.
But it's not it's not a controller though. I need a controller. I have to say.
It's all like vectored sprites and stuff. I don't like it.
Actually, you can hook up your Wiimote to an iPad and you can play it like that if you want to.
Really?
There you go.
Yeah. If it's jailbroken, you can.
Oh, there you go.
Interesting.
Let's see. What do I got for us this week? Well, I'm going to start with, I just finished a indie game yesterday that I bought the day before called Gone Home that I streamed and finished in basically one sitting. 2 hours long.
Awesome.
This game, if you haven't heard about it, Gone Home, has been getting nothing but ridiculous reviews. Like it's getting, I think it got a 10 out of 10 from Polygon. It got a 5 out of 5 from, was it? I think it was Destructoids. No, Big
From
Bomb.
Robby.
From Big Bomb. It got like a 9.5 from GameSpot, and it has an overall.
Very good.
Yeah, 9.5 from Robby. And then it got on Metacritic, it has an overall 89 out of 100, which means like this must be the messiah of gaming, right? Like, so I'm like, okay, I have to play it. I gotta see what the hype's about. I watched like 2 minutes of a playthrough from Jim Sterling from Destructoids, and I was like, no, you know what? I gotta play it. So I went and bought it. I streamed it yesterday. The game is so ridiculously short for $20. That's what I'm gonna start with. $20 for 2 hours. And I'm sure I could have maybe stretched it to 2.5 hours, because there was like one safe that I didn't unlock. that, from what I've heard and done the research, has nothing to really offer you story-wise, so it's not a big deal. And I was just like, okay. And I talked to Dean a little bit about this last night, and I'm just like, I'm a big on story guy, and this game delivers story in a very, very interesting way. You're walking around this creepy old house, picking up like notes and stuff, and while you're doing that, your sister's diary, they're written as letters to you, are playing in the background every time you interact with an object that has some kind of significance to the sister. And you learn more and more what's going on in the family for the last year and stuff like that. And you're going through this house and you find these things. And it's just like, it's raining the entire time. It's really creepy. The atmosphere is really, really good. And then the ending bites. like you get all the way through. I'm not going to leave any spoilers. I actually have part 1 of the playthrough up right now on our YouTube. So I would suggest if you want to play it, wait till a Steam sale. It is not worth $20. It's a good game with a terrible ending, in my opinion. That's all opinion. I'm entitled to it. You don't have to agree with me. It's just like, it's cool, and it's done well. It's kind of it's Amnesia-esque in the way you control and walk around. You know, your head bobs back and forth as you walk a little bit, and like you open drawers and stuff. There's no weapons. It's not that kind of game. And it's just like the whole thing about it is experiencing it and unraveling what's going on in this creepy house that's just empty, except for furniture and lots of drawers and stuff that you open all game long. It's
those kind of games.
I mean, I do too. I just wish the story was better.
2 hours though.
2 hours for $20. And this is something that's becoming more and more, and indie games are actually, some of them are coming out for ridiculous prices, and they last you no time at all.
Dude, there's just like, if you look at the Steam store like right now, you see like almost all of them are these weird indie games, and I've never heard of them. Like, I think I love indie games. I love indie games, but I feel like a lot of things that are getting to like the market are things that would never really get beyond. Like, you would see them on like Newgrounds.com, and you'd be like the weak thing on Newgrounds.com. But now they're being sold for like $10, $15 on Steam just because you can. Like, I feel like this is so like there's just so many indie games right now. Like, it's ridiculous. Especially because of Greenlight and all that
Greenlight, yeah. I mean, I have, quite a few indie games. It's not my first one. I have FTL and Guns of Icarus and a couple others. But those have replay value. This has none. None whatsoever. Not at all, except for that one safe I didn't unlock. I could go back and do that, but I don't really feel like playing through the entire game or going back from a random checkpoint. I don't know where it's saved to go and do that. It's I love indie games. I love what the indie games industry is doing for everyone right now. For gamers in general, we're getting cool games made by gamers who want to play something like this. But when you pay $20 and you get 2 hours out of it,
that's BS.
Yeah. No, thank you.
No, I mean, like,
You know what though? When it comes down to it, the average game you get for $60 is about 10 hours of gameplay, on average now.
Well, sir, I played Dragon Age Origins and sunk 80 hours into that.
Well, that's not the typical game,
No, like I play RPGs and RTS, so generally my games last a little longer, and I'll play shooters, which has multiplayer, which is replay value.
Right.
But there's, like, my point is you gotta have some kind of replay value, an alternate ending or something. If you're gonna make me pay a full $20, a third of a normal AAA title game price, give me something. Just, if I'm gonna play it for 2 hours, I better have an alternate ending or something. Just anything.
Like, Portal 1 was like a 2.5 hour game for $20, and it was, like, phenomenal. And like people.
But it was an orange box.
No, but yes, but you can also buy it individually for that.
You could, but most people got it in an orange box. So it was like a bonus to getting Team Fortress 2 and all of the Half-Life 2 games. So it was like, oh, this is a neat little bonus that I didn't have to really pay for because I'm really paying for Half-Life and Team Fortress. Which Team Fortress is now free to play, so...
Yeah.
And you can get Half-Life 2 and all its expansions for like $10 during Steam sales. So, I don't know. I don't know what your guys' experience with indie games. I know, like, besides Mojang, I'm kind of not considering them indie anymore because they're like the biggest indie producer right now because of Minecraft and Scrolls, which is blowing the fuck up.
Right. I play a lot of indie games.
I mean, besides FTL, you play FTL every day almost. But
I actually haven't played FTL for a while.
I know, but I actually recently revisited that, and everyone died. Again.
Oh yeah.
Again.
Even if you play it every day, everyone dies.
They went to save people on the spider planet, and they got eaten by giant spiders.
Never got spiders. Because I'm looking right now at the featured games on Steam, and it's almost all of them are like Shelter, an indie game. Never heard of it in my entire life. Greenlight, It'll Do, Hate Plus, Papers, Please. I really want to pay Papers, Please.
Papers, Please is like, it's really weird and fun because it's such a weird thing. You're a border patrol. You're like you're the guy who does all the bureaucratic crap at a border. You stamp people's passports. That's Papers, Please.
I know what it's about.
It's like, it's the weirdest concept to have a whole game about, but it's become so weirdly popular. It's really dark and morbid too, because you do see people get shot and stuff like that, even though they're like little pixel people. You're a made up like Russian country, and people are trying to get into made up Russian country for whatever reasons, and you have to check their passports and make sure they're not fake. Like, you see a guy there, and the passport will say female on it, and so you have to call him out on it and kick him out of line and stuff like that. So you have to like do a lot of analysis and memorize rules. And I don't know why it's so fun.
Interesting.
It's like the most like repetitive task game that's fun for no apparent reason, but it is. I don't know. I highly suggest it. No, I highly suggest it. I mean, Robby, you played DuckTales, didn't you?
Yes. Indeed I did.
How was that?
I'm in the middle of still playing it because I've been busy. But it's fun. It's really simple as far as controls go. I sing along to the theme song every time I open it up because that's just who I am. I never had a problem with it. It never lagged on me. It never had any glitches, anything like that. It's really enjoyable. It's like a memorial blast from the past. So I enjoyed that. I highly recommend it if you were.
That's a Capcom game, isn't it?
It is a Capcom game. Robby's a Capcom fanboy. We're just gonna put it out there.
I was at PAX East and they announced the DuckTales game.
No one cares.
Because I just like the fact. I also like the fact that you could actually jump into his money vaults. You can swan dive into the vaults and swim around in the money.
Have you guys seen Scientifically Accurate DuckTales?
Yes.
Yes.
It's very morbid and sad.
I love it.
What's up with morbid and sad things right now with us?
Well, because we talked about Papers, Please.
Scientific.
Spider planets where you send your crew to die.
I'm a little scared at the moment.
Why? I see no problem with this. But like, another thing. Actually, here's what I'm gonna say about Gone Home. It would have been better if I had an Oculus Rift.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And this is where my real point comes in, because I watched a lot of PAX crap this week, and one of the big things was all of these game peripherals. The Oculus Rift, and one that came out that's a step in a really cool direction, but no one's gonna buy it because it costs way too much, which is called the Omni. If you don't know what the Omni is, you're supposed to wear an Oculus Rift and walk around on the Omni, but it does not support jumping and crouching. That doesn't really work.
Yeah, I saw a video of a guy using the Omni and Oculus Rift and like a Bluetooth gun, and he was like playing Half-Life 2 like that, and that's really cool.
But you can't jump or crouch, so that's real sad. It's a step in the right direction. It's really cool, but it costs, I think, upwards of $500.
Because it's basically like just like a frictionless surface to walk on with a little ring to keep you from falling to your death.
Well, falling to your death because there was a big warning. I watched Total Biscuit's video on the Oculus Rift this week, and they were like, he's like, so can I stand up and play? And they're like, no, don't do that. That's a bad idea, sir. Sit down, because it makes you so disoriented when you put this on, apparently, because your brain is being tricked as to where it is. It can't comprehend how it should be reacting. And so you just fall over, apparently. You just, you try to reach... If you try to reach... They're like, don't try to reach out and grab things while you're playing either, even though they seem like they're right in front of you, because it will make you fall over.
It's like the cure to the phantom limb syndrome.
I mean, I saw a video of a guy, what he did with it. He got the dev kit, and he basically made a beach scene in the Oculus Rift. He got a lawn chair and a Corona, and he just sat inside his room with a fan on, so it felt like there was a breeze. And he put headphones on, and he got beach soundtrack going, birds and the waves, and he was just sitting there. He's like, "This is the best free vacation ever."
That's so awesome.
I want an Oculus Rift so bad. I actually might get a dev kit.
$300 for the dev kit, or $500 for the dev kit?
Yeah, it's for the dev kit, but that's not even going to be the final product version.
I know,
product
but I can't
version's going to be
wait.
ridiculous. I know, I have a problem.
I want basically every fantasy game to have Oculus Rift support. Because you imagine because in World of Warcraft, how cool would it be to actually in first person walk around Orgrimmar? It has to be the coolest thing, or anywhere in Skyrim, or it's not first person, but Guild Wars 2. I'd love to see that world in real 3D. It just blow my mind.
Got a good question in chat about the Oculus Rift. How would it work with glasses?
It fits over. It fit over well.
Not even no.
Oh wait,
they're doing prescription-based support for the Oculus Rift. So basically, it's going to calibrate to your eye strength.
No. What I remember seeing this in the dev kit. It comes with various lenses you put in.
They're going even further now.
It comes with A, B, and C lenses, and you have to figure out which one works for you.
Yep.
Yeah,
they're going even further now. They're going to add in is this better or worse feature. It's like you're going to the doctor, and try to calibrate it to your eye strength. That's the next big thing they're going to try and do, because there's a lot of people with glasses. Yeah.
The Omni is starting price $499.
Yeah, $500.
Yep.
That's $1 less.
But it comes with everything. It comes with the platform, shoes, belts, and hardware and software.
But
you can buy
Connect, right? Or something.
What?
It needs a Connect or something, right? It doesn't detect your footsteps. It's just the thing.
No, it connects. It detects your footsteps.
Oh, okay. Then I'm wrong.
The motionless surface has sensors apparently. It's supposed to, what they were saying is it's supposed to detect your footsteps. Supposed to. From what I've watched and read. So I'm not sure how it's going to work yet. I haven't played with it. I want to, just to see it and go, well, can I jump? Break it? Damn it. But, that's a big thing in games where you walk around is jumping and crouching.
Dude, speaking of that, I'm playing Dragon Age, and there's no jumping in it. And It's the weirdest thing to have a game where you can't jump anymore.
There's no jumping.
Really, it's weird to me.
There's no jumping.
No jumping in Dragon Age?
Doesn't need to be.
Yeah, playing it I remember there's still first-person shooters that don't have
there's a few.
That thing called jumping. It's just it's always really weird to me.
But they have crouching. Every first-person shooter has crouching though. Which is
Doom
what the
doesn't.
Doom 1 and 2 whoop-de-doo. But Doom 3 does. It has jumping and crouching. So suck it, Dean.
Word.
Word to your mother.
Oh,
Anger. And then there was another peripheral that I saw that was interesting but has the worst name ever. It is called the Stinky Footboard.
Awesome.
Okay, so what it is it's something you actually use your foot for. It's like a very complex rock band pedal. I'm gonna call it that real quick. So basically, it has 4 directions in which you can push it. It has left, right, front, and back. So you just tilt your foot which direction you want to click, and it adds more keys that you can reach. So, for instance, you're heavy into some kind of MMO of some sort, Guild Wars. More like WoW, though, because you have the customizable UI. You can go and set these macros or whatever to these foot commands that you wouldn't be able to normally reach just by clicking or having whatever while your fingers are doing another million things. So it's just extra things. And I guess it's really cool and it works well. Not if you have small feet, though. You have to be of an average size with that or over. Preferably over, I guess. It was made by a guy with a big foot.
It was made by Bigfoot?
Bigfoot. It has the worst name. I don't really want to buy something called the Stinky Board.
I don't see why not.
It's a cool concept, and I guess it works really well, but I couldn't buy something called the Stinky Board.
Get your Stinky Board for $120.
Yeah. For an extra 4 buttons. Granted, I just bought a new headset, which I'm wearing right now. It's stylish and green.
Very ectoplasmic.
Yes, I'm wearing the Razer Kraken Pros. Dean also bought a headset. He's got his fancy Steel Series. Because we're like that. And we were at Micro Center. So we went shopping.
Shopping!
Hey, Razer, sponsor me. I have all your things. Just sponsor me. It's just, I think a lot of these are the step in the right direction. Like, it was natural progression to add something like a foot controller or the VR of Oculus or the silly no jumping crouching treadmill that is the Omni. And I think a lot of these are like good steps in the right direction. And I don't know where it's going to go next. Is it going to be full immersion? Are we going to have a Sword Art Online kind of thing going on where you put on a helmet and your body just lays there while you're in a game?
God, I hope so.
Sweet, let's do it.
Get all Tronish up in here.
I'm in.
I just... How far is it going to go? I mean, eventually it might be like Sword Art Online where you wear a helmet and you lay on a bed and play a game because it's all in your brain. But I don't know. I want to get your guys' opinion on like this trend of the VR and the things like the Omni and the footboard and stuff like that. So
I can't.
Let's start with JoJo. Let's go clockwise.
I don't know. I think it might go the way of like 3D. Like it's a cool gimmick and it could be really cool, but in the same light, back in the day, they used to have when I worked at Game Crazy on the Xbox, there was this like it's too wide for me to show on the screen, but it's like a really big like arcade style controller. Mm-hmm. And it was about $200 and came with this game called Steel Battalion.
Steel Battalion!
Yeah. And you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I love that game.
I think the Xbox itself, the original Xbox, was like maybe $300 or $400 at the time. And that peripheral was like, about the same, half the price, if not $100 less. And people were buying it, and it was like super rare, and, but you don't see them anymore. And I know it's not exactly the same thing. We've been dreaming about like, jumping into the virtual world, to get more immersive experience for, decades. But, is this going to be it? I don't know. It may just be like a little niche of people that grab onto it, because it's still going to be a few $100s unless they get it down to like maybe $100 or $200, But that's a really big like accessory.
Yeah. I mean, the $300 for like the Oculus is like, it's a dev kit. It's not in full production yet. It's for but everyone who's used one, most people who buy them aren't devs, and they love it. They say there's nothing more immersive that they've experienced. So
I think the thing that you mentioned with Oculus Rift is like it's a peripheral kind of, but it's mostly just like a XY or accelerometer and then a monitor in front of your face. It's not like a crazy like has a bunch of weird proprietary stuff. It's two sensors and a screen. It's basically what the Oculus Rift is.
It's 4 sensors.
Whatever.
Up, down, left, right.
Yeah.
Okay, Anal Annie.
I am.
Whoa.
Robbie.
Annie right there.
We can't see you move. You're frozen. It's just a screenshot of you looking weird.
I see moving.
You see moving. Is he? I don't.
moving.
I don't have him moving. I have you guys moving, just not Dean. So let's move on to Robby. Robbie.
I think the whole peripheral movement is cool. I don't nearly play enough games to be like, yeah, let's bring on the Oculus Rift, and yeah, give me the stinky footboard. And I mean, if I know someone that has one, I will definitely be like, yeah, let's do this, let's play this, let's. But at the same time, I don't want to have to burden myself with trying to, in the middle of a game, let me use my foot to control things. Like, I tap my feet when I'm playing anyway, so I'm probably going to be tapping and setting my character off a cliff. So they're cool if they keep going for them, but it's not going to affect me, one way or the other. I'm kind of indifferent towards it.
Right. I mean, you play DuckTales.
Yes, I play DuckTales and I play Tomb Raider.
And Animal Crossing, and that's about it.
And Disney Infinity.
And Disney Infinity, which you don't actually own, your girlfriend does.
But I bought a lot of the things.
Yeah. She just hoards them.
Yes.
Yes. Can't even deny that. She is a hoarder.
Nope.
I need all the Funko Pops! God, imagine if they made Funko Pop Skylanders Infinity style game. She would be ahead of game. Wait, it's happening. No, not really. Yeah, no.
I just don't move. I just don't move ever.
He doesn't move ever on my screen, so it's cool. So Dean.
Yes, I'm frozen. No, I cannot be a bigger proponent for the Oculus Rift. I cannot wait for the moment where I have one and it's going to, I'm going to use it all the goddamn time. I'm never going to not be playing it. Like, I've seen people playing, I've watched every video of the Oculus Rift I can find. I've seen, people playing Team Fortress 2 and Skyrim, and it looks unbelievable, and I cannot wait to do that as well.
Yeah.
And I'm in complete support of it.
Well, I want one with Amnesia, and I hate scary games, but I want to try it just so I can see how scared I get.
That would be cool.
I saw someone on Reddit posted this thing where they have this idea, and you get a big empty warehouse, and you get these backpacks that have really specific GPS and little guns, and you run around with Oculus Rift and you can shoot people. You're physically in a warehouse, but the Oculus will show you in a field or
And then you run into one of the concrete cylinders, and then you fall over.
There would be a tree in game that would a concrete
What?
cylinder. Or something like that. It's that kind of stuff seems like a really cool idea to me. I like having and taking a vacation to your computer sounds like a really cool thing as well. I like the non-video gaming potential of Oculus Rift as well as the video gaming potential of Oculus Rift.
Yeah, because it does have a lot of not at all gaming potential. Like the guy who just made his own vacation sitting in his room.
Even the game, even gaming wise, I think it's more than just novelty. Because I was when I watched people playing Team Fortress, there's something there's this, a sniper is basically sitting there camping and waiting for things to spawn. But when he's doing that, he can be holding his gun forward, but check his shoulder to see if he's gonna get just spy checking behind him, as opposed to having to whip around and then whip back. He can keep his focus. He can keep his target on place while he's looking around. I think they need being able to shoot one way, shoot one direction, and look the other direction is going to be really helpful in a lot of video games, and be a fun tactical advantage.
I have a point in chat from Winterfell. I'll just read it and I'll just quote him. Also doing all this in the name of immersion is starting to lose that immersion. Having all this to set up, having all this starting to add up. It seems cool, but how often do you actually wear a game headset that's big just to jump onto a game? It also takes time to set up, as well as keep doing it. As far as I know, to do the Oculus Rift, all you have to do is adjust the head size, and you plop it on your head. If you have it already calibrated, then it's already done. And I wear headsets all day, every day.
All the non-Rift stuff though, like you have to like make sure you're sitting in the correct position for that foot thing, and like having to like strap in and go into the Omni just seems like cumbersome. I mean, I think it'd be, like if you're gonna do it for like a gaming marathon, then yes, I would do that, because like if I'm gonna play for more than like an hour, I'll take the 10 minutes to set something up. But if it's just jumping into something for a little bit,
no, I wouldn't.
Quest and Guild Wars. It's like,
well, I'm not gonna wear an Oculus Rift to play Guild Wars, but like,
I would totally.
Why? It's a third-person game.
But they have first person in Guild Wars 1. They keep thinking they're gonna bring it back. But even so, actually, I'm also curious to see how a third person thing, a non-first person thing would work in with Oculus Rift as well. So that'd be interesting.
I mean, I have to admit, I'm not one of those people who's like has a big deal with setup, because one, stream, and two, I actually like have a certain place for my keyboard when I'm playing like StarCraft and Dota 2. It has to be in the same spot, so my mouse is in the same spot, and like everything, like there's nothing to chance that I'm feeling uncomfortable. I have a certain area that it has to sit, otherwise I'm like, nope, can't play. This is a bad deal. I mean, I know people who measure out where their keyboards go and stuff, so it's like setup's not a big deal to me.
I mean, like, the only thing I worry about is, like Jojo was mentioning, how it could just be something like the DDR pad of the 2010s, where, like, everyone gets one, and they play it for, like, a couple months, and then it's just in the closet forever, because no one plays it anymore.
I have one. Sitting in my brother's closet.
They had, like, one of the big metal ones at Goodwill for, like, $200, and I was like, that's pretty awesome.
Oh, those are the good ones. I only had the soft, crappy one for the PS1.
Yeah.
/ PS2.
The funny thing is that's been around since NES, more or less. It's changed.
I mean, who remembers the Virtual Boy?
The what?
The Virtual Boy. I think we brought this up last time.
I remember playing it in a Toys R Us, like, a demo unit, and, like, my eyes hurting, but loving it while I was playing it.
Yeah, I think I brought this up last podcast, too. I don't know what. I did, didn't I? I totally forgot. Yeah.
It's in the glove, yeah.
The Power Glove is still the coolest accessory ever to be invented, alright?
That's true. It keeps popping up on, like, Video Game High School and stuff, so you know it's still cool.
It's still cool, yeah. There will be a day that the Power Glove comes back, reinvented, is the coolest accessory ever. And not just a band I listen to on Spotify.
You want? Oh, go on.
No, go ahead.
Well, it's going to be completely unrelated to that, so I don't know if you wanted to finish this thought or not.
Go ahead.
I was going to say that it's sad, but news that Video Game High School Season 2 has officially ended now.
That is true. If you haven't watched that, it's on Freddie Wong's YouTube.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys watched it, but it was phenomenal, and I enjoyed every minute of it.
I need to finish. I need to watch 5 and 6, and then I'm done.
It still it has the same problems that it has the same problems that I didn't like about Season 1, which is like, in my opinion, like, in every way, the show is just almost really good. Like, the lighting is almost great, and the audio is almost great, and the effects are almost great, and the acting is usually not very great, but sometimes okay. And it's like, that's the only thing. It's like, this show is almost great, and but I love it, and it's a great representation of our lives. Someone just brought up the Power Glove. It's so bad. Anyone remember the movie Wizard? Yes, best movie ever. Wizard!
California!
California! Okay, kid.
I need to find the Wizard now and watch it.
Great movie.
But not wizards. That's Nazis in animation.
Yes. I also need to watch the Super Mario movie again, because that movie's so bad it's good.
That movie is like, I don't understand why people think it's bad. I legit think it's a good movie.
Because Dean, you like terrible things.
Corny is what it is. It's not bad. It's just corny.
It's like every other movie from that time period. Like, it's so.
There were a lot of bad movies from that time period.
Yeah,
you can't even deny
the
it.
original.
Oh god.
Bad, but it was great.
But they weren't bad. Like, they're not bad movies. They're just dated. I don't know.
Right. Like I showed my friend Evil Dead 2 the other day.
Oh,
she's like
yes.
18 years old, and
best
like,
movie. You should have showed her 1. Tree rape, bro. Tree rape.
They kind of hinted towards tree rape again the second time. They didn't
Yeah.
show it. I was just like, oh.
Well, the newest, the reboot had it.
Yeah, I saw.
Yeah. I like the new one. There was.
Oh, I didn't see the new one.
It is so ridiculous. It is so Raimi. It hurts. It's awesome. I mean, he didn't direct it. He just wrote it, but it's so worth seeing.
I just saw Cabin in the Woods like a month ago, and
that movie's so dumb. That movie's so dumb.
I love
It's good, but it's so dumb.
Cabin in the Woods.
It's.
That filled my Army of Darkness hole that I've been craving for a while.
I do love Army.
I can't wait till they come out with a sequel.
Number 4, yeah.
Yeah, and then the sequel after that meets the reboot and the Army of Darkness sequel together. I was like, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And they'll have Bruce Campbell.
I need to watch.
That's the important part. Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Documentary.
Yeah.
I Am Bruce and Bubba Hotep. People go watch them. They're terrible.
Yeah.
Terra good.
Bubba Hotep is amazing.
Terra good. Terra bad good.
So, do we have anything else on the docket for talkings about?
I had something and I think I closed the window on accidents.
Oh well, shit.
I know.
Well, there is the Xbox One spec.
That's
the
true.
Processor got updated.
That's what it was.
Processor got updated almost 10% or something. It went from 1.6 gigahertz to 1.75 gigahertz,
which is a jump for a console.
Yeah, big jump. But they actually have a release date of November 22nd, which is exactly like a week before Black Friday.
Yep.
Which is going to be really interesting. They have about I think 23 launch titles.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's look at. I want to look at PS4 launch titles.
I'll look up the Xbox One ones.
I tweeted it out yesterday.
Did you? I could just find it on Twitter.
Easier to find that way, probably. But the PS4 launch, like the lineup, I don't think is anywhere near as cool as. I mean, trying to be objective as I can be, as. Like I look at that and like the only thing that looks like different that on the Sony side that looks cool is Killzone, which in my experience is a piece of shit anyways.
Yeah.
That's my opinion.
I happen to agree with it, but yes.
But that's their first party game that's coming out. It's like, hey, we got PS4 exclusive. It's a Killzone. And it's like, okay. So that's the one thing they have, I think, that's really different. They have a couple like indie games that are coming out, but other than that, like on the Xbox One side, Dead Rising 3.
Yeah.
You got Forza, which is first party. You got FIFA that have like some exclusive kind of gameplay what they do, but a lot of people are going to be like Xbox because Call of Duty
exclusive.
They get the DLCs like a month before like Sony.
And they get free ones right off the bat.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's all that stuff. Yeah. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Winterfell. He just linked it in the chat.
Hey.
I have the Xbox One titles already on my screen, but yeah.
I'm looking for the PS4. They're all like, we don't want you to see them.
Yeah, that one's been hard to get a hold of because a lot of the games they put them as launch titles, but they're only in the launch window, which is the first 3 months. And I hate when they do that. The ones on this one, I believe, are day one for the Xbox, which is Killer Instinct, which is a big move for a lot of people. A lot of people want that, and it's free to play and it's on the machine. No disc required.
Cool.
No, it's all download, so it's like whoop-de-doo. Skylanders, Squad Force, everyone's gonna have that. Watch Dogs, everyone's gonna have that. Rise.
Well, the difference actually, step in there. Watch Dogs. If I were going to get Watch Dogs, I would get it on PS4 because it's they have an extra hour of content on that game. Also on Assassin's Creed Black Flag.
On the PlayStation version or
on
the
PlayStation version of the PS3 and the PS4 version.
I remember them talking about that at Comic-Con.
I'm gonna wait for PC version anyways because I don't care. Because I'm not gonna buy any of the. Oh, actually, I might get it on my Wii U because why not? Forza is a big one. I mean, the racing game community went all to Xbox as soon as Forza 1 came out. And it's just like, because there hasn't been a good Project Gotham or whatever.
You know what? Actually, there's a PS4 launch title that's going to be free for PlayStation Plus members. I forgot about that. Drive Shift or something like that.
Yeah.
And that's like the first party title. It didn't come to the front of my brain because I don't care about cars at all.
Yeah.
Drive.
Yeah, drive whatever.
Shut up and drive.
One member of the Futon Alliance is already going to have a Xbox One, and that's Drew, because of Forza. I know that.
Well, I'm getting both of them on launch night, so I will be on those. Actually, like if y'all had me on the week after like Xbox One launch, I'll be Skyping via my Xbox Connect on the Xbox One.
Okay, we'll do that. You know what? We'll do it.
Well, not 1080, but whatever your source is, 480p.
I'm 480 for the podcast just to save bandwidth.
Yeah, of course.
Everything's up converted once it goes to the YouTube, though. So. Thank
Yeah.
you, Adobe.
What did you say?
I said thank you, Adobe.
Oh, thank you,
I said
Winterfell.
What else?
Blacklight. It says Blacklight Retribution. If that's true, well, this is according to IGN, which I don't trust about as far as I can throw. But
yeah,
it says Blacklight Retribution is going to be on there. That game on PC is amazing. It's leaps and bounds better than any FPS I've seen. It's just badass. It's free to play too, and it's going to be free to play on PSN, which is additionally awesome.
Yeah, I mean, there was a Blacklight game a while back on Xbox 360 that was like $10. It was like the Xbox arcade version, not nearly as good as Retribution. It actually flopped pretty hard. It was good, but it wasn't worth the money good. That's cool. No, that's good.
Also, it says on the PS4, DC Universe Online.
Yeah.
Supposedly.
I don't want to play a MOBA, or not a MOBA, an MMO with a controller.
Knack. That's actually another first person, or a first party. And that one looks kind of cool. That's a 3D platformer. So that could pique my interest. I might rent that one. A Brezo Gun, whoop-de-doo.
Yeah.
Tiny Brains, another indie. And War Thunder, no. Everything else is pretty much the same. What's the playroom?
I mean, Xbox has Forza, a Lego game. More Madden, if anybody wanted that.
The Lego's launching on both of them. The Lego.
Yeah, I know it is. It goes to everyone. It's going to be on PC too, so it's just like whatever. I've only played a little bit of any of those Lego games. I know they're fun, but I haven't done much of them.
They're so much fun, and they're co-op online.
Lego Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. Lego Lord of Bling Bling.
I have no interest in PlanetSide 2 on a PS4 because I already have it on my computer. I don't know. It just like there's no real exclusives anymore. It feels like, and it's just like what they're doing is they sell to everyone, and then they have exclusive content, which I think is bullshit. Which I think is just horseshit. I think it's the worst way of marketing something, and I hate it because it's like, well, we have an extra hour, but I don't want to play it on that console, so I'm gonna miss that extra hour. So it's like, oh well. But, you know, because I'm really intrigued about Watch Dogs with the Wii U remote. I want to, I hope... A lot of
people are like, oh, I can't wait for that. It's like, well, it's probably going to be the same thing on the Xbox, but with Surface.
Yeah.
Surface class. It's probably going to be the exact same thing, except with the Wii U, you can't use your iPad, so they're like, oh, well, you can use the gamepad.
Yeah, but that's kind of why I want the Wii U. Is for that controller. And it's just like, there's a lot of games that are coming out for other systems that aren't coming out for the Wii U, and they're using that tablet support, and I'm just like, you realize this would be perfect for the Wii U, right?
Yeah.
Right? Like, a lot of this is just like, you guys done goofed. Nintendo, you done goofed. Fix it. But, God, had something, and then my brain decided to throw out all cognitive thought. Oh, Dean's moving again.
Yay!
Yay! That happened.
Not to be pretty.
Sort of. You're pixelated pretty.
Good.
I don't know. I as a member of the PC master race who only owns Nintendo products because I can't play Legend of Zelda without an emulator. I have no interest in the consoles only because there are no such thing as exclusives, because a lot of these are just going to get ported to PC anyways. Got Titanfall, which is in the launch window, which will be on PC, which would be dumb for them not to do on PC. It's on PC, same day as Xbox. I know Project Destiny, I don't know what they're actually calling it anymore, if it's still Project Destiny.
It's Destiny.
It's just Destiny?
Yeah.
They've said they want to do a PC version, so I'm like, it's probably going to happen. It's going to be on everything else in PC. I'll wait. There just doesn't seem to be a reason to buy one console over the other except for either loyalty to a company, the hating of the things that are almost all rescinded from the Xbox One, or, you know, you just have...
It would have been a good thing in the long run.
It would have been a good thing in the long run, but no one listened. Because it's going to happen anyways, people. It's the future.
Right. Yeah, it's like that guy like playing against a girl in Killer Instinct at E3 is like, just let it happen. Just let it happen.
Yeah.
You know, it's exactly like that.
I mean,
it's
okay.
Like, oh, we won't have it at launch, but, you know, that doesn't mean they're not going to do it gradually over the 5 years of the lifespan of the system.
Right.
Of 5 to 7 years.
Like, I mean, how about, which is now actually happening on Steam real soon, the game swapping, which was going to head over to Xbox One, which was, you could share a game with a friend. You can't play it at the same time, but you could send it over them for a day or two, and then they can't play it anymore, but it lets them try it.
Right.
Yeah.
They can't do it anymore because you won't let them have DRM. DRM's the devil, we get it, but unfortunately it also is the future at the same time. Always online is going to happen soon, because pretty soon we're always going to be online no matter what. I am. I know I am.
I don't know who isn't. I mean, honestly...
I know like one person.
Yeah.
No, well, not you, Robby. You have a smartphone. Dean knows this person.
Okay.
We used to work with him at a theater company. He's a kid who has literally no internet at his house.
Who? Oh.
Steve. So, Steve, he lives a horrible life of internetlessness.
How does he have any friends?
How does he have any friends?
Even the Amish have the internet. Come on, lightning jolts.
Yeah, they actually go to the library and stuff, so... I'm serious when I say I'm not a big... I don't care about backwards compatibility. I don't care about DRM. I played SimCity and I was fine on day one. I got on. I didn't care. I got on to Diablo 3 on day one. Always Online's happening. A lot of these people who complain about Always Online also play MMOs. So I don't know what they're bitching about. Who don't have good connections. They don't have to have a good connection to log in once a day to make sure the machine's on. So I don't really care. And gaming is heading towards a mostly multiplayer universe, little by little. Especially with things like MMO. Like, who knows how this, Elder Scrolls MMO is going to be like. It's supposed to be just like an Elder Scrolls game. Story told with a group of friends. As opposed to story told while you're playing alone. It's social instead of, I'm in my dark basement alone. Yelling at the screen. Because I got cheap killed. But... I mean, the part of the reason also that's being argued in chat is about, Always Online are mostly pirates. Pirating things happens, unfortunately. It's gonna happen, but this actually helps them to reduce the damage as well. I know that's why BattleNet 2.0 is always online. That's why when you play StarCraft, you have to be online. When you play Diablo 3, you have to be online. even if you're playing it alone. Just the way it is. It allows them to actually protect their intellectual property. And their product. So, I don't know. I don't care. Always online, I'm good with. I'm fine with it. Which is a very controversial stance. I like DRM. Bring it.
Yeah, I haven't really had a problem with it, except like when like the internet goes out and like fuck, you know. But at that point, it doesn't really matter because I can't play online anyways.
Yeah. Winterfell's saying DRM is nothing for hackers and pirates to get around. Actually, BattleNet 2.0 is the most secure thing on the internet. Good luck with that. Seriously, it is ridiculous. Plays on Origin and Steam and enjoy it. No, Origin's bullshit. Actually, I just got a game that's by EA, but it doesn't have to be played through Origin, and I'm super happy. Super happy I don't have to open that back up. No, like they're killing piracy off. It really is killing piracy off slowly but surely. EA's not. EA's bad at it, but everyone's gonna steal the BattleNet 2.0 kind of thing Blizzard started. I don't know what. I don't know. I think we did this last week, but I think it might have changed because there have been announcements. Day one, if you had to pick one console, which would you pick? Xbox or PS4? Not based on just exclusives, because they don't exist.
That's not true.
Well, I mean, there's like one or two, but it's like not really in the like exclusive in the way it was, because I have a feeling Killer Instinct's going to end up on Windows 8 as an app.
Yeah. Well, when they say exclusive, they mean exclusive to
Microsoft,
console. But yeah.
So I don't believe in the word exclusive anymore because it's not anymore. Because everything's being ported to PC. Actually, it's a nice time to be a PC gamer because we're Sweden. We're in the middle. We're no longer like the shitstorm that it was a couple years ago. So it's like, meh, whatever. We're just going to get all the things. You want the game too? Sure, we need to sell it. So, I don't know. Yeah, but anyways, console, which one would you pick?
I would go with Xbox One because Xbox has always been above and beyond, like in the front of the online, and because of that, people already have Xbox Live and they have these gamer scores and these gamer tags that they're attached to. I mean, I've been with the Xbox Live for I think 8 years now.
Yeah,
you know, and I don't want to start all over again and go over to PlayStation and start my friends list, and I can play with this person and. My friend Brumac and Winterfell and, all these people I know, they don't have PlayStation 3. They don't have, they're not getting the PS4. They're getting the Xbox One, eventually.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna be getting the Xbox One because that's where my friends are. And that's the whole point of playing games is playing games with your friends. I mean, there are certain, almost all the games that come out that I play are multiplayer oriented. Yep. So... not everybody, like the RPG fans, like I think all you guys are RPGs, so, you may lean more towards, say, for instance, like PS3, they're more RPG oriented, like Ni no Kuni and stuff like that, and they have a lot more RPG titles. That would be more for you, but for me, I'm more about like the online and hanging out with friends, playing with friends, and shooting the shit while I'm playing the game. I don't even like... I seriously, I have Halo 4, seriously nothing more than just to, hang out with my friends and talk. And just happen to kill people in between.
Right.
I don't touch it otherwise. If, someone, like my friend Megan, she's like, hey, you want to play some Halo? I'm like, I'm on. Whatever I'm doing, I'm like, yeah, I'll be there in 5 minutes. Because it's just like picking up a phone, but instead of a phone, you got the controller. And that's the difference to me. I mean... When it comes down to it, I mean, Halo, there are a couple of games that will not be on PC. I mean, Halo 3 wasn't on PC and stuff like that. So, I mean, there are games that won't ever be ported over.
Right.
And Microsoft is, like the first party games like that, they just don't see the point or whatever. It's not big enough for them. But yeah, so Xbox One, definitely for me.
All right. Robby.
Personally, do I have to pick one? Because personally, I wouldn't really, because I don't play enough to want to rush out there and get one.
Well, okay, but if you had to get one, there's a guy holding a gun to your head, and he screams, "Choose!" Which one?
Wii U.
That's not what we're talking about.
One of the three.
Which one of the two?
I honestly don't know. I'm useless in this question.
Xbox One or PS4? Xbox One or PS4?
We already know what your girlfriend would say, so...
I know.
Yeah,
so
she has a Kingdom Heart on.
Yeah, she does. Boner.
I would probably... Just because I have always had one, I'd probably go with an Xbox One. Because I've always had the Xboxes in my house.
Okay.
So...
Yep.
That's probably what I'd go with.
That's legitimate. Dean?
I'd probably get a PS4, mostly because I've never had a PlayStation ever. I haven't that's not true. I've never touched a PS3. I've played maybe an hour of PS3 my entire life, and this would be cool to just go back, to try it out. Because I'm not really interested in Xbox One particularly, so I might as well get the one I haven't played with very much.
Yeah.
That's the original reason for me.
All right. If I had to pick one, I'd end up going with Xbox. Mostly due to the fact that the shooters I like end up on Xbox, and really the only reason I play Xbox is because it gets a lot of the shooters and the fighting titles that I like. It also has the Xbox IP exclusives are usually what I go for. I like Forza. I'm not a big car person, but I will spend hours tuning my car in Forza. I have some ridiculous ones on Forza 4. So it's just yeah, I'd have to go with the Xbox. I mean, I love RPGs as well. But there was a huge, 4 or 5 years ago, there was a huge RPG movement on the Xbox, and I have a ton that I still haven't finished. From Squeenix. Mostly from Square Enix. They just, we're going to put out a title a month for, a year. So, there's, Blue Dragon and...
Enchanted Arms.
Odyssey. What's that one? Odyssey something. Lost Odyssey. Final Fantasy 13, which I refuse to pick up ever again. Oh, so bad. So bad. It hurts. And I'm a huge Final Fantasy fan. I'm currently just playing through Final Fantasy 7 again because it came onto Steam. Just to play it. I love that game.
Can I do a little segue? Just pause for a second. Square Enix went back on what they said, and they're allowing people to monetize their videos on
Damn right they are.
Realms of Gorn.
I forgot about that, yeah.
I was like, yeah, all right. So back to what you were saying about...
So people will finally start making videos about it.
Yes.
Except there was a huge problem last night with their servers. A huge problem. They all pretty much crashed. Ridiculous. What is the point in that? I know some people spent 3 hours trying to log on last night, and couldn't do it. Just couldn't. It didn't work. They're refunding money to people who bought it on PSN, as of today. I don't even think you have to request it. I think they're just giving you your money back, because I think they're going to cancel the project.
What?
Bad news bears. Bad news bears. That's all. I haven't gotten the full story yet. I haven't been able to find the full story. That was a thing from Square Enix that they will refund the PSN owners. PSN's Final Fantasy 4. PSN Final Fantasy. I saw that right before we went live. X1V. That's 14. Yes. Gamers to get refunded. All customers that purchase the digital version of Final Fantasy XIV, A Realm Reborn Standard Edition or Collector's Edition for PlayStation Network on the 27th or 28th of August will receive a full refund and will be able to find the funds in their wallets as soon as this is processed. In addition, this entitlement of Final Fantasy XIV Realm Reborn Standard Edition or Collector's Edition will be reset and the title will appear again in the download list. We apologize for this inconvenience this may cause. Thank you for your patience.
Wow.
Yeah, so you're getting your money and then you gotta rebuy it if you want to play it.
Because they didn't think it'd be as good as, or as many people would buy it as did. That's awesome.
The servers crashed.
That didn't sound like a bad thing to me.
It's not a bad thing. It's a good thing for Square Enix, but at the same time, you don't have access to the game unless you rebuy it. You don't... It's just like... I hate this excuse companies have where they're like, well, we didn't expect this many. Over-expect. Just because you can relocate servers to other games later. Because everyone has at least 1 or 2 online games now.
Speaking of Diablo 3.
Yeah, Error 33. But they fixed that real quick. They were like, we have an extra 100 WoW servers we're not using right now. Boom, done. Fixed.
So apparently the console version is doing pretty good in sales
of
Diablo 3.
Yes, it is.
It's out? I had no idea.
It's been out for a week.
Tuesday.
Tuesday. 3 days. So it's like it's doing really well. Both the PlayStation version and the Xbox version, which I'm actually really surprised about. Because I don't know how that would work. I need a keyboard for that, I think, for all my spells.
It's just an action RPG. You don't need a keyboard.
But I don't like playing RPGs on the controller that much either. Like, I like Dragon Age more on the computer than I did on the console. Because I could do more commands without having to do a menu. So it's like, are there sub-menus? How does it work? I gotta get my hands on it. So if someone has it and wants to let me borrow it. Let's try. Yo, there we go. I could Redbox it.
All else fails Redbox.
I don't think anyone in the chat...
placement.
I don't think anyone would have... you wish. Sponsor! Razer. Sponsor.
Real sponsor.
Shoulder pads for sub-menus.
Makes sense.
I don't like doing sub-menus while I'm mid-combat.
That's when you run and gun. See, that's the problem with you PC gamers. You can't multitask.
No, we can multitask. That's why we can do this.
Uh-huh.
I can hit more than 3 buttons, Jojo.
There's more than 3 buttons on an Xbox controller. Come on.
I have 200 APM, bro. Actions per minute. I'm an RTS player. I multitask like fucking hell. No. Yeah, I'm actually surprised it's doing this well, though. I don't know. Whoop, whoop. I turned off Skype noises, and then they turned themselves back on.
Am I going underwater? No, I'm getting a phone call.
No.
I actually really love the Google Hangout sound and the G-Chat sound.
Skype is Skynet. I think
it's owned by Microsoft. Of course, it's Skynet.
Yeah. Well, it was independent before, and it was much better then, unfortunately. But it's getting better and better.
I can't wait to see all this stuff. And I'm not trying to play favorites, but the Xbox One, I want to see all this stuff, how it works, like the in-game capture. Like when you play like
and it goes to
you
Twitch.
actually go back and it saves like your gameplay.
Yeah.
And you can go and make clips and upload it to social media and stuff like that. I can't wait to try that out and see how the AI learns and all this cool stuff. Like I'm getting both systems. I'm not trying to play favorites. Right. So I'm just like, I want to see how this compares to that, and this streams, PS4 streams on Twitch compared to the Xbox One,
which was added.
I mean, all these different things. I can't wait to get my hands on them and delve into them and just swim around.
I'm glad PlayStation realized that no one uses Ustream.
I'm sure they were in bed with them or something. They're like, it's not worth sleeping with you. The money's not worth it.
I'm gonna go get the herpes from Twitch that everyone else has.
The Twitch beast.
The Twitch beast. Twitch has taken over game streaming. It is what it is. And
It's always been game streaming. They're the ones who started it.
No, Justin TV, their parent company, actually did, and that's why Twitch was created. Because they had so many game-oriented streams on Justin, they were like, this is getting silly. We need a whole separate website, not just a section anymore, that can just dedicate to this. And so Twitch was born, and we're all happier for it.
Well, I mean, back when I first started with live streaming, heard live streaming, there was no Justin TV. It was always Twitch. It's been like over 2 years now.
Justin TV was before Twitch, but yeah.
Yeah, what I meant was YouTube is trying to get on the live streaming front, and
they need to make it more accessible.
Stuff together, yeah.
It's not accessible.
They already have, yeah. I mean,
not everyone has it. They release it in waves, really slow waves.
But it's okay. Originally, they're like you have to have 1,000 subscribers.
Yeah,
that's not a lot, but it's not just a little, you know. And then they're like, oh, okay. About 2 weeks ago, they're like, all you need is 100 subscribers. So that's not too much to ask for. Getting 100 subscribers is not that big a deal for a lot of people.
Yeah. True.
I need to help you with your channel, by the way.
Oh, my YouTube channel?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead, man. I've been trying to get graphics and shit for that for a while now. I got to get a new banner.
No. We need to Skype, my friend.
Oh, yeah. Well, we can do it after if you got time. I got nothing going on.
No,
all right.
Not tonight. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, they're trying to get it on the whole live streaming thing.
Yeah.
I mean, then there's livestream.com. I don't know who actually uses that.
Not many. Not many. There's a lot of little companies that trying to break into it and be a competitor, but it's not happening. Right. Speaking of streaming, I think we need to wrap it up for tonight, guys. Woo! I think this is the end of FutonCast 2.0 episode 2.
Yeah.
So let me ask you a question before we go. Are all
the
casts going to be 2 hours?
No, this just kind of happens. We just end up getting on a riff.
Last 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Last week's was 2 hours also.
Yeah, just start riffing and I forget what the time is. I actually don't look at the clock sometimes.
It's all Robby's fault. He was sniffing on George R. Mountain.
I know, and we got on that for like half an hour, and...
The sniffer.
The sniffer. Robby the sniffer.
Happens. No. Oh, hey, Dean.
Yeah?
You're here and Burning is not.
Oh my god, +1 to me!
Never catch up. There's a joke that Dean missed almost every podcast for like 3 months.
Yeah,
and we had an audience member who showed up to literally every one that Dean was not. So
all of them, period. Not just the ones that was in that.
Well, he's not at this one. But I think we got to sign off for tonight. So let's do some shout-outs real quick. Let's start with Jojo. Where can we find you, and et cetera, et cetera?
My name is Jojopetv. Just like above on the Twitter, it's at Jojopetv. And then on the YouTubes, it's Jojopetv. So it's youtube.com/Jojopetv. Facebook, same thing. Whatever. And Robby's pretty awesome down here, too.
Look, it's me. I'm Robby. My Twitter's down here, at Robby Shuttles. I also run the Futon Alliance's Twitter, which is at Futon Alliance. So I'm mostly there more than my personal one. But yeah, and I'm not on YouTube. I'm not anywhere special like that. I'm just on Twitter. I'm not that cool. But then you've got Dean, who's never on Twitter, so.
Woo! You can find me, I guess, at the North Hollywood Ralph's if I'm there, when I happen to be there. That's pretty much I'm around. I'm not really. I don't have a presence on the internet very much.
No. Can we expect something from you for the YouTube in the coming weeks, Dean? Putting you on the spot, Dean.
I could do a tour of Ralph's. They just redid it like a month ago.
How about all those, hours of footage you have from something else we did like a month ago?
I think people would be more interested in the tour of Ralph's than your
Oh my
computer,
God.
honestly.
The grocery store?
Yeah.
I love Ralph's.
I know, right?
That's where I used to shop all the time, man. That's like the one grocery store in all of Los Angeles.
I shopped at Kroger when I was in college, and Ralph's is the equivalent
Ralph's
of
the
that.
bomb diggity, bro. Yeah.
It is. We should have a Ralph's podcast
They
exclusively.
don't have Piggly Wigglies in California. Get out of here, Winterfell.
They don't.
They don't. At all.
Sweet.
All right,
Well,
and then for me, obviously my Twitter is above my head. You should follow at Futon Alliance on Twitter. Find us on YouTube, youtube.com/The Futon Alliance. Let's see. Oh, I have a shout out. I'm going to put it on the screen. And boop. It's right here between Dean and Robby. Shout out to Aubrey Bree. She gave me the Dawngate
I think
beta
it started
code.
there.
No, that's her name, Aubrey Bree. Aubrey Bree. That's her Twitter. Shout out to her. She gave me the Dawngate beta code, which I will be streaming in the coming weeks. I also am allowed to now stream Infinity Crisis, so I'll be doing that on the Futon Alliance Twitch page, so follow us here as well. And I think that's it. I think I got all the things. Oh!
What's
Gamebox!
Twitter?
Aubrey Bree. I'll put it back up. Aubrey Bree. Also, Gamebox, our lovely sponsor who sponsors our esports team that allows us to chat in comfort while we're practicing. It's awesome. It's a great program.
Really nice.
It's a great program. I have a public server that I will be putting on display on the coming episodes of this, so you guys can actually use it. It's a 200-person server that they allow me to have, and they're lovely people. Check it out, Gamebox.com. And I think that's all I have. Robby had something. Go.
If any of you are watching who entered our contest, we announced the winners of our contest for our Comic-Con giveaways. You can check our Twitter for those. We're going to be having more contests coming up, which details will be announced sooner rather than later. We still have to figure things out. But if you want, you need to follow our Twitter, which is at Futon Alliance, or check out our Facebook, which is facebook.com/The Futon Alliance.
Woo.
There's my shout out.
Awesome.
That's because we're giving free things away.
Yay, free things. Everyone loves
Yes,
them.
indeed.
All right, guys, we're out. Thank you for tuning in. We will be back next week with who knows who will be on, because it's rotating. I'll probably be the only remaining person if I don't have jury duty. So check our Twitter.
Oh,
So check our Twitter. Yeah, I don't know if I have jury duty yet.
Yeah, I might have jury duty too. Yeah.
Really, I have my summons here, it's sitting here on my desk.
Got extra duty too.
We don't care about you, Dean. You never show up anyways.
Oh no.
That's GameFly.
No.
Go into the title screen. Bye.
bye everyone.